Now, let's go on and talk about the SSNIT issues. And the SSNIT issues don't seem to want to go away. And the Daily Graphic is, the Ghanaian Times says here, SSNIT justifies sale of 60% shares in 6 hotels to private investor, says it's the only option to resuscitate hotels. Well, we have other headlines as well. Regarding the sale of La Palm, Labadi and others, SSNIT rejects Rock City's terms of payment. Hotels still not sold. So various angles to this story and what is happening here. Let me come to Samens and begin with you on this.
Oh, I thought you start with Larry because he's been publishing a lot.
No. Samens, he's been with me all this while.
Okay. So he's throwing it to you.
No.
Yeah, so we are coming to you.
Larry,
he's throwing it to you.
He holds Phil Laporte.
No, go back to Samens.
I don't want to spoil your show for you. I don't know anything about this. Larry, at least you have to educate us.
I've published a few, yes, but I think it's a normal everyday thing, you know, politicians one thing, this one is not good.
Yeah.
Trade union talking about, you know, that they were, initially they were against it, initially they were for it, later they are against it, and then, I mean, the back and forth. So it's largely, those are the things that I know. And I feel that I think we should set up, we should cause an investigation into all this whole thing. You get it?
Why do you feel it needs to be investigated?
Yeah, the back and forth is just too much. Okay? So SSNIT says that, let me say this. The first time I heard about this hotel matter was at Ebri during a SSNIT encounter with the media, where the DG then mentioned that it's part of their plans because the hotels had become unprofitable. Also unprofitable are the SSNIT flats and so on that most of them had been disposed of, okay, or were going to be disposed of. And some other investment that SSNIT, you know, has been involved in, exactly. So, and a publication was made I kept monitoring, you know, after that encounter, and then I noticed that the publication was made inviting interested parties to bid for it, okay, and that was, you know, 2 or 3 years ago, before this whole controversy erupted. Okay. You get what I'm saying?
Yes, I get you.
Now, for us to wait up to this while, for me, I mean, hey. And then also, but with the controversy, can we, let's say, as I'm saying, do a feasibility studies to know, okay, what is SSNIT saying? The bid hasn't gone through the process, the right processes all this while, okay, to the point of, you know, disposal. I think from the press conference that happened yesterday, the DG now is saying that they are at payment stage or so, and that they are disagreeing with Brian Champo on Rock City as to the payment plan that they, you know, they are rolling and so on.
Yes.
Again, we are back to the same controversy again. The funniest aspect of it was with this guy, Freddie Blay, where his son is supposed to have, you know, submitted a bid of $200 million.
Yeah.
A 34-year-old son.
Yes.
You know, with $200 million.
No. Let's not put it that way.
Oh, no. Okay.
No. Let's be fair to the. I mean, I also found it funny though, but it's not. Let me take $200 million from my pocket and go and buy. That's not. It's more complex than that.
Sure.
It's going to the money market, raising money for an investment. I think that's what we are talking about.
No, but that is
that is
what Freddie Blay suggested. That listen, my son submitted this, and then they didn't even look at it.
No, but the man explained why they didn't look at it.
Yes.
You get me?
It's
Not
here,
that. Of course, when you put the thing, you also describe what the offer is. And they said, based on that, we disqualified you. And I think it's just fair. But again, you ask the question whether there was due process. I think this one alone should tell you that there was some process.
No, obviously there's been a process. Yes, there's been a process. But as to whether or not the process, I mean, process.
So what do you want us to investigate?
No, you see, processes are not just, okay, there is a process.
Okay.
Okay. I mean, I drove here. I went through a process before coming here. But as to whether or not I drove through the right,
Yeah.
I drove on the shoulders to get here, or I did the right thing in getting here, is another matter altogether.
Okay.
Okay, but the controversy, trade unions saying this, politicians saying that, SNIT is also talking, everybody is talking.
Yeah.
I think that we should just open the space more and more for us to understand, okay, listen, and you don't mind even doing a public hearing, in all this, as to how many bids were submitted,
Yeah.
which one met the right, criteria. And for that, then we, very often we seem to have a very good idea, but the implementation and then the controversy,
Yeah.
hotel again, President Kufuor, had issues with hotel, you remember?
Which hotel?
The hotel,
Well, they do our.
yeah,
No. Which hotel?
no, the hotel, African Regency, today's African Regency.
Yeah, but whose hotel was that?
No, I'm saying that the hotel controversy.
No, let's say
Controversies about hotels.
that. No, you and I
Is it-
were
it-
in the media,
Yes, we were.
and there was so much ado about nothing. The whole thing is that somebody's private hotel,
Yeah.
he's selling,
Yeah.
and the president's son
Has
puts
gone to
people
put it-
together
yeah.
to buy.
Yeah.
So that was a national issue,
Yeah.
which is a far cry from what we are dealing with today. Okay. Now, if my understanding is within context, then people are not even questioning the process.
No.
People are actually questioning the fact that there seems to be an undue preference to Rock City.
Roxy,
Yeah.
yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
And I think that it's an issue that the presidency should take better interest
Yeah.
in resolving.
No, he has all. He at the last 6 months, he talked, Workers' Day,
Yeah.
where he talked about, he says that a committee or something was going to be established.
No, I got
Yeah,
that. I
yeah,
got that.
yeah,
I read.
yeah.
I'm just saying that they should follow through in resolving.
Yeah.
You see, because if you've been watching this space, we have a history. We have a very ugly history of what we used to call DIC,
Okay. Yeah.
the
Divestiture
Divestiture
Implementation.
Implementation Committee, which for a long time was led by the late Emmanuel Agbodo.
Yeah. Oh, he died.
Yes.
Okay.
So I hear. If it's not true, then please forgive me. But I heard a few years ago. But you see, Emmanuel Agbodo superintended over it.
Shari'ite.
Charity and the rest were part of the committee or something. But the point I'm making is that look at what used to happen then versus now. You see government infrastructure, the next thing it belongs to somebody else. There was no news about it, there was no press conference about it, nothing. And guess what? 2 years after, they sell the same thing back to government.
Yeah.
We've seen a lot of these things,
Yeah.
including the catering rest houses that DIC sold to politicians,
Yeah.
who
Yeah.
politicians then go back and sell back to SNIT in multiple profit levels.
Yeah.
So I'm just saying that where we've gotten to, yes, people need to ask legitimate questions, and they are asking. There may be legal rightness, but we also need to achieve moral rightness
Okay.
in the whole transaction. So there's no problem with that. So I'm only calling on the authorities to make sure that they follow through so that the right things will be done. Now, the question is, does SNIT have a justification to sell off 60%? My answer is a treble yes. Yes, yes, yes.
Why'd you say so?
Because they are failing, and every scientific data shows that most of the infrastructure service projects that SNIT is involved in, government involved in, they are all failing. And in the changing phase of the hospitality industry, you can't put people's money to this kind of unguarded risk.
Okay.
So as for the 60% they want to sell, they have to sell it.
But
But who they sell to is the question.
Then there's been arguments also that a hotel like the Labadi Beach Hotel, for example, is It's
It
profitable.
may be an,
so
it may
why
be an
you-
exemption.
Okay.
We may decide that, okay, let's take it out.
Okay.
We may decide. That's not a problem.
Okay.
But I also know that for some of the hotels mentioned,
Yeah.
they've been looking for buyers since
For a long
one
time.
point.
Okay. Okay.
Maybe they put Labadi Beach to make it more attractive. But what's the point? They should review it, make sure that the right things are done. Rightness in the eyes of the public is also
So,
important.
I mean, we've been having conferences, international conferences here and there. Every now and then, ECOWAS is doing something, African Union here.
Yeah.
We just talked about the after,
Yeah,
that's it,
after.
and all that. And we are saying that SNIT hotels, let's say state-owned hotel, and we are not making profit. Isn't it an issue of competence rather than, just thinking that, okay, we being robotic, the fact that it's a hotel, it's supposed to make profit, all that.
Yeah, but
Because
I like
I'm saying
Samese's
this
argument.
reference to, I'm coming.
Yeah.
I'm saying this reference to, we've just put up an state-of-the-art
Sports complex?
No, not
Or
sports
which one?
complex. Airport.
Okay.
Summers, I mean, I'm giving it to you any day. You've led this tourism thing every now and then. It's your baby. And we can't program ourselves such a way that we have good hotels, good international, airports, tourism sites, all that. You've taught this country next year, I'm sure you'll be organizing another one. And we are here talking about the fact that our hotels are not profitable. What are we planning? What are we doing?
Larry, have you also noticed that you made a point, and I want to develop on that point about the management.
Yeah.
Have you noticed that of all the hotels listed,
Yeah.
Labadi Beach, I think, is the only hotel whose management has not been appointed by government before.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
I see.
I didn't know.
Well, for the longest time, they were all foreigners.
Foreigners, sure.
Until the first time a Ghanaian has now taken over the management.
And what has been the state?
I'm not in a position, I don't know. But I'm just saying, this is the very, very first time since 1991, thereabouts, that they started, they built Labadi Beach Hotel. Okay, so it should tell you the management culture of Labadi Beach Hotel versus all the others where managers have always been appointed by government. So you make a good point. How about looking at the management style? You know, but our governments, have they proven scientifically that they have what it takes to manage service?
But the
hospitality?
argument has also been made that we should not allow government to be the appointer of the Director General of SNIT. And that the very day you allow, let's say, all the stakeholders to do the appointment, you would have people managing it better, okay? Or then you are demanding proper, accountability. Other than just leave it to politicians. Okay, the sons of politicians to lead this whole thing.
The funniest one was Osafumafu's son accusing Freddie Blaze's son.
Yes, exactly. And the beneficiary of all that, it's supposed to be an MPP MP, Brian Champo.
Yeah.
I mean,
Well, he's
where
a
are we going?
businessman
No, he's
first
a
and
businessman.
foremost.
Give it to him. But see, the point was made about the Hotel Kufuor, and then why are we linking this to, this hotel? It's the politics of it.
But Hotel Kufuor was just
No,
propaganda.
the politics of it.
No, but that was pure propaganda.
Yeah,
We
the
shouldn't go
politics
away
of,
from
no,
it.
I mean, we can't shy away from the propaganda. But I mean,
get that. But we should also know what is propaganda and what is factual.
Sometimes you and I will do that, but then to the others,
I get that, but when we have the opportunity,
Yeah,
we
we should
should,
educate
we
and
should
then-
make the
yeah.
point clear. You know what I'm saying is that this is a state-owned interest
Yeah.
being sold.
Yeah.
This is one scenario. The other one was a
Was a
private
private
person
hotel, yeah.
selling their hotel
Yeah.
next door to where Kufuor lives.
Yeah.
And then Chief Kufuor puts a consortium together to
then
buy.
we say, let's
And
buy
then
it.
we went on the streets to demonstrate. Isn't that the case?
Yeah, sure.
So I'm just
But
saying that
it's a
it's
political
a
game.
far
I mean,
cry. No, I get that.
yeah.
I get that. I'm just saying that you see, we need to be able to see what tickles what threatens our development.
Yeah.
You know, question. And I'm saying that they are legitimate questions, but they have to be answered so that the complex nature of this transaction will be resolved. Now, if you resolve it, it can stand the test of time. If they don't resolve and they just bulldoze their way, they have set Rock City up for failure in future.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anyway, let's go on. I'm sure we'll get back here again.
Well, we've read
You
out.
see- you see, his problem is that he knows too much about
Yeah,
this.
yeah,
thing
yeah,
at times.
yeah, yeah.
He's trying to battle which one I should say, which I should say. But check out his newspaper.
Yeah, the Herald.
The Herald has a lot of filler.
Anyway, gentlemen, we
Oh, that's all?
Yes, we don't have time, so we've got to wrap it up here.
Simon,
Thank you
are you
very much for
satisfied?
coming.
Well, whatever they give me, I'll take.
Thank you very much for coming. Larry always likes to do an agenda at this point. He was.
Unless he has something to say. Yeah, I mean,
Do you have something to say?
No, your topics.
Oh, you want to
There's
talk?
a
You want to
particular
talk
one.
about the Supreme Court?
Yes,
You
I
want to
think
talk
that,
about
yes,
that?
I think
Okay,
so.
so let's
Yeah.
let's go a bit
First
on
of all, I
that.
think
So
that-
let's look at that particular topic.
Yeah.
Justice delivery. The majority is defending the Chief Justice's proposal for more Supreme Court judges.
Yeah.
So let's have a quick bite on that.
See, we are getting back into getting politicians involved in the judiciary, affairs of the judiciary. Now, the Chief Justice supposedly submitted a list to the President, okay, for approval as, to be submitted to Parliament for
Parliament,
vetting and all that and so on and so forth. And there's been some concerns around that area. The Judicial Council torpedoed it. And we are back here having politicians now telling us that, oh, the Chief Justice was right. We needed this number of people. We needed this number of that. Listen, you could appoint any number you want to, 100 and all that. However, do we have the
Financial means.
financial muscle for all this? Again, the timing of all this. But top of it all is the people, the
individual
the
justices
individuals,
that are being.
the cases that they are sitting on, highly political cases. Either they've dealt with some or they are dealing with some now. The strange thing is this, in the particular case of the ambulance judge, she had expressed the interest that, oh, she'll be going to Supreme Court. In open court. So then the argument now is that, had you been told something before, or is just a mere coincidence what is coming? Do you understand?
I do.
You don't do that now. You don't do that now. They are sitting on political cases, very volatile political cases. So what you do or you end up doing is to put them in a situation where people will say that, oh, it's because you are doing this. And so it's a reward package for you. Okay? The timing is bad. The cases they are sitting on, volatile. And how many, for a country like Ghana,
Yeah, I was going to ask that question. How much more can we keep
how much
expanding?
more can we add?
We have the capacity
Exactly.
to do so.
And arguments have been made about how in US and then UK and others they have few number of judges and so on. In most of those jurisdictions, what happens is that the cases would have to go through a lot of scrutiny before it's even presented to the judge to sit on. So then there is an expedited action on the cases during trial. And whatever comes out, it's crisp.
Okay.
So it becomes even very difficult for you as a lawyer to even want to go on appeal or even go to the Supreme Court for further interpretations and so on. But here, in a case, policeman goes to investigate. You've stolen. Sorry, not you. But
It's okay. It's okay.
but
You go ahead.
you are alleged to have stolen a fowl, and then you are put before court. You want to seek constitutional interpretation into maybe your rights or something to that effect. So then you are going, I'm on my way because I've been accused of stealing a goat.
Yeah.
Samens is there because he's been accused of one thing or the other. Okay? We should, make sure that the base is quite tight before we go to the apex court. If we don't do that, every now and then we would have to appoint judges because we believe that
we need more
there's so
judges,
much
and that's
exactly.
also to solve the problem.
Sure, we are not there. 21 Supreme Court judges for a country like Ghana with all our economic challenges. Bro, I beg.
Summers, you have the
I think
last
it's-
bite on this.
No, I think
pretty much said it.
no, I don't have any useful addition to make to this point, but you know, there's still work in progress.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah. All right. Thank you very much. Thank you, Larry.
Thank
And,
you.
Thank you so
for the
much.
time.
All right.
I'm most grateful.
No.
For the injury
So-
time.
so-
Every time.
Summers favored you. So
Yeah.
keep
Well,
praying that he
you
keeps
have to
coming.
be honest. It's not easy at all.
Oh, I'm back.
All right, so I want to say a big thank you to my guest this morning. I've had Larry Alansdogbe. He is the managing editor for the Herald newspaper, as well as Samuel Atemensa, who is the host of Footprints right here on Channel 1 TV.